Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jordan is Blanking. I know you've all been waiting for some new content, and I can guarantee 100% that this week's theme, being slam poetry, will be... Wait. Does anything rhyme with poetry? Oh well, I'll figure that out later. But for right now, let's get into it. Hello again. So this video is going to be a little different format than some of the other videos that we've done for this. Hey! So like I said in the intro, just a little more poetically, this week's theme is slam poetry. And that might be a little confusing, like am I just going to write a poem? What's going on? So this is going to be a recap of an event that we went to on Friday. So, and when I was looking for some stuff to do for this video series, I found a local event that was a slam poetry competition. And I thought that would be, fun. The main problem is I didn't have really any poems, and I have stage fright. So, I just thought this would be kind of a fun thing to do. To one, get over some stage fright, and two, kind of stretch my writing ability a little bit from the norm of what you see on here. So the first big obstacle that I had was writing the poem. It's easy. It's incredibly easy. Wait, I got it. Bear with me on this one. Okay. Ready? One fish, two fish. Red fish, blue fish. Okay, well, I'll come back. I think I'm a failing artist. Instead of a starving artist, I think I'm a failing artist. And one fish, two fish. Red fish, blue fish. She was the only fish for me. The only fish in my sea. The only fish that liked green eggs and ham. There's more. Oh, the places you'll go. What about the places I've been? I've been down in the bins. Okay, poetry's hard. That's fine. It's fine. Art is not supposed to be easy, it's not really supposed to be easy. Okay, I give up. So, needless to say, it was a struggle writing this poem. And I think poetry can get a bad rap sometimes because the poems that we're exposed to in school are sometimes not as entertaining would be the word. And that's kind of interesting because I was looking up some stuff about the origin of slam poetry, and I'm just going to read it straight off the article. But it was created in the 1980s in Chicago when a local poet and construction worker, Mark Kelly Smith, felt that poetry readings and poetry in general had lost their true passion, and he had the idea to bring poetry back to the people. So after looking some stuff up about slam poetry, going back to my roots about how I write, I came up with the idea to write about procrastination, which is what I did leading up to the poetry slam, what I've done leading up to creating this video, and you'll see the poem in a minute, but I think that really was true to myself. So the day finally came and we went to the event. So the event was held at a local library. They put it on every month. I will link some of their stuff down below. And when we got there, I started freaking out, but signed up anyway, went through the process, figured out I was gonna go 6th. So they explained the rules to us, and then I figured out that there were 3 rounds of poetry. So I kind of thought there might have been. So I had 2 other poems I had written for a college class in my back pocket. And by my back pocket, I mean my Google Drive on my phone. So I did have a backup, but I honestly didn't think I was going to make it that far. So 5 great poets went before me, and then it was my time to get up. I get up there, with my phone and I was vibrating the entire time. I don't know how bad you can hear it, but I will insert the poem here.
This is called My Relationship with Writing as Told Through the Lens of Procrastination, written by me yesterday. A typical week went this starts where most stories do in high school. So a typical week went like this. Monday, my teacher says there's a 1,000-word essay due on Friday, so I file it away because you never want to start too early. Tuesday, have a crisis. Do I have to graduate? I don't even have a topic. This class is so stupid, even Einstein didn't graduate. Wednesday, open Google Docs. I'm not that lazy. But that was a lot and I have other things to do and 1,000 words isn't really that bad. Thursday, learn to crochet. Well, I got this kit for Christmas and I've never really used it and I don't have a lot going on right now, so I thought this would be a perfect time to crochet. Crocheting is really hard. Friday, enter a manic state I did not know existed on this physical plane. I read about topics I didn't know, cite books I didn't read. I talk about how pinnacle the participle was on page 3. Get an A because English is a sham. College was mostly the same except added more existential crises, skimming books, watching movies instead of skimming books, making things up, and creating levels of procrastination that would make a politician swoon. Get a 4.0 because I got an English degree. Then in my personal life, I'll be brief because it is. An average conversation goes like this. What was your major in college? Oh, it was English. So you teach? No. The pause, the dreaded pause. How do I explain I got an English degree to write and I work in an office? I'm not going to cite my TikTok works as my creative endeavors. I haven't written a book or even a novella. Nothing I have is published. I laugh at the pause. I say I switch paths because this is how my writing process goes. I have an idea. I'm going to be a real author. 5 hours later, I need to write this down, type it, speak it, something before it slips away. Yet every time it hits me, the dread of what? Grades? I graduated. Of imperfection, I'm the one reading it. Of a bad reception, no one can receive it telepathically. So I stare at a blank page, a blank screen, my shower wall. Maybe one day some outer force will sit me down and make me write everything I ever wanted. Until then, I file it all away in my mind like a bad accountant. But who knows? I wrote this only yesterday.
So that was my poem about procrastination. So the scoring system worked where they put different judges. They let 5 audience members who did not know the poets performing, and they gave them whiteboards and they held up the scores. So I think I got 1 9 and the rest are 8s or 8 point somethings. So better than I expected. But they dropped the highest and the lowest score. So then it came time to announce who was moving on to the next round. And at that point, I'd already checked out and I was reading my next poem, like in preparedness in case I went to the next round, but I didn't really think I was going to. But then the first name that he said that was going to the next round, performing first next, was mine. So I'm going to insert our faces when this happened. Yeah, so I was not expecting that at all. And I then performed a poem I had written for a creative writing class in my senior year of college that was based off of an article. So I've written a poem based on an article about healthy eating. So I will also insert that here.
In honor of the new year, this is called Trying to Find Healthy Food is Hard. New year, new me. Eat this, not that. Fruit is good, unless it's not. Fruit cups are bad if sugar is added to them, but if sugar is not added, then they are good in small amounts because it's fruit. And don't you dare eat fruit if it's dried, because the dried fruit lacks the fiber needed to make the fruit not bad because of the sugar. New year, new me. Eat this, not that. Meat is bad, unless it's good. Vegan burgers don't kill cows, and cows are good for the environment, but they are high in fat, and fat is bad, so I guess kill the cows. And don't you dare think that rice cakes are good because they are rice, but because they have too many carbs and sodium, so I guess eat the chips. New year, new me. Eat this, not that. Diets are good unless they're not. Food is good until it's bad, and then there's 14 doctors to tell you why it's bad, and so you get confused what you eat. And don't you dare try to make sense of anything, because there'll be new information the next week or so saying different things. Eat this, not that, unless it's this.
So, again, I was not prepared to go at all. But I did get a little bit higher scores that time than the second. So, overall, I was proud of myself, one, for just getting up on stage in general, and then performing something. I had not practiced that one, really. I was reading it, but I had not spoken that one aloud since I'd written it 2-3 years ago, however long ago that was. So, I did not make it to the fourth and final round, which was okay by me. I was super surprised I made it the second round. Again, I want to give a shout out to the winners and everyone else who competed in there. I think they have their performances on their Facebook page as well if you wanted to check anything out about them. So again, I know this wasn't the normal format for a video that we've been doing, but I had a really great time at this event. My friends had a really great time. Along to watch me / film me do this. And I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone for putting on the Poetry Slam. Again, I'll link their stuff down below. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel to see what we do next, because who knows what we're going to do next, really. If you have an idea for something we should do next, leave a comment down below. And until then, we will see you next Wednesday.